Hey there, you guys. Jacqueline Jax from ABA Live Radio, and I have a cool video for you tonight. This one is how to make $10,000 a month in the music business. That's right. I know this is going to surprise you, and I know that you are going to say, Jacqueline, there's no way. There's nobody making $10,000 a month in the music business. But I've got to tell you guys, there are lots of them. And I've been in this business doing this for a really long time, and I can tell you that I am involved with many artists that are doing it, and they're doing more than that because it's building and growing. And as they continue to be consistent in their music business, and they're really continuing to market, continue to jump on really great strategy and places where attention is easy to get, they are just meeting so many more people, and they're just, as a result, selling and selling more money every single year. So how can you get in on this? Okay, let's run through a few little ideas that maybe you could start tomorrow and start getting yourself into it. Now, this isn't going to be advanced right out of the box because most of you who are watching this are currently not making $10,000. So we're going to start with some easy stuff that I know I have seen many people tackle, and it won't be that hard for you to tackle coming out of the box. And just bear with me, but get out a piece of paper and a pencil because this is something that I know that you're going to want. Now, some other videos that you might want to watch after this are ones that I just recently launched, and it was on this channel. We did how to use social media to get more fans, which you're going to need to go along with this, because once I tell you different ways to make money, you're also going to be wanting to boost and get more fans. So definitely social media is a great place to do it. So be sure to go and check out that video. Also look at planning your music releases and making more album sales. That's another one that's going to go along with this video really well. That's on the channel. And how to build your music fan base and find your super fans. That's another part of the series that I think you'll really enjoy. So I have tons of other videos on the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like, because we've got more coming up. I'm going to be doing a ton of marketing videos for you in this next month as we clear out this year and head into the next one. So I certainly want you guys to be a part of it. Okay, so listen, $10,000 a month. Well, let's just break it down first of all, okay? So if you want to make $10,000 a month and you reverse that whole process, that means you've got 30 days in a month. To make $10,000, that means you've got to make an average of about $333 a day. Well, doesn't seem so bad when you think $333 a day, right? But how does that break down on a daily average? That means that if you had a product that was $20, then you sold 17 of those a day, you would be making $340 a day. So you would certainly clear the $10,000 a day just by having a $20 product that you could sell 17 times a day. Now all of a sudden it doesn't seem that hard, unless you have a really hard time finding places to sell or people to sell to, or being able to market things online. But on this channel, I'm certainly going to give you lots of those tips. I've already done a lot of content in that very thing. So let's go a little bit further on what you could sell to make money. Well, as a musician, or I always say musicians because honestly, you guys, as a musician, you really have it wrapped up. I mean, especially if you know what you're doing musically and you're making content and music that's really great, you're attracting attention, and you know it. You know that if you work social media really well, you have this like unlimited amount of people that you can get attention through your videos with, and you could live stream and sing people's songs. It doesn't get any really easier than that as it comes to businesses trying to market things online. So, I mean, we all complain as musicians, but honestly, if you're making great music, you got to use that music to bring in views and bring attention to you. You're just not seeing the big picture of how people are making money at it. Because I think that the old musician model is to depend on the stream, and that's really not where it's at. It's actually in the customer. Let's go a little bit further. Now, say you're live streaming or you're at a gig or whatever and you're taking pictures and you're wearing a shirt. Where does the shirt come from? Does it come from your own collection of shirts? Does it come from you wanting a great t-shirt or wanting to sell something that you absolutely love? Did you pair up with a designer or pair up with a brand that can manufacture these shirts that you're wearing and maybe get them in different colors? You could put them on your website. Things like that is what an influencer thinks about. So why not a musician? Because musicians are the ultimate influencers. Usually influencers are made up of people who are teaching something or who are modeling and taking photographs in fashion. But as a musician, you don't understand how cool you are. I mean, everything in your background and everything going on in your world are things that people are paying attention to. From the jacket, to the jewelry, to the makeup if you're a female artist, to the hair, to the products that you use. There's so many things that you could be selling or attaching your brand to sell, to make that $20 purchase 17 times a day. Think of how many people your music comes across in a 24-hour period if you're really hot on Instagram or you're really marketing like crazy. This is pretty interesting because you guys have so much more at your fingertips than you could ever possibly imagine. You just don't know how to use it, but that's what I'm here to do. I'm going to drag you kicking and screaming into 2018 and hopefully get you on board to make sales this year, because I don't want to see any more of this. Oh my gosh, I'm a musician, I'm talented, but I like the whole starving artist thing. That's just not where it's at, guys. And there's so many people not doing that. There's so many people making money that why not you? Why can't you do that too? Right? God, think about it. Don't let the ceiling hit you in the top of the head. Burst through the ceiling. Don't push yourself down and limit what you can do and what you can't do based on what another person is telling you or what your preconceived notion of your future is as a musician. You should never let that happen. All right, let me just tell you some of the other products that people are selling. So you have vinyl records, which are being sold at a premium. You do not have to discount those. You could pre-sell them or you can sell them all the way through on every release. There are people out there that actually you could target marketing to that buy vinyl records. How cool is that? You can find people that actually purchase and talk about their vinyl record collections on social media. They're groups made up of people who just love vinyl and are so into it. That's one little pocket niche that you don't even know about. And then you could sub-niche it to your genre. I mean, there are ways to get at these people. You got to believe me. It's happening. On top of that, there are digital downloads, which you obviously know about, your streaming downloads on the pre-sale. There are albums that you can release with really cool pieces of limited edition content. I see tons and tons of musicians doing crowdfunding and Patreon pages, setting up links in their bios, and just putting it out there. And you know what? If the music is great and you have a strategy, people will buy it. Now, to boost sales and get to your 17 sales, $20 sales a day, you've got to think of what you're wearing. Can you sell the t-shirt? Can you make baseball caps? Can you make really cool band covers for iPhones and iPads? Can you make something that people will want to have? Now, I know as a cell phone user, an iPad user, I am always looking for stuff to cover my cell phones and my equipment with, and I can never find really nice ones. I have to go to great lengths to get anything that's even a little different. And if I had the availability to purchase band phone covers that were really cool, outrageously neat, I would so do it. Even these pop sockets, I would purchase these. I would even pay $20 for a really cool pop socket. I actually have paid a lot of money to get these before. There are these, certainly $50, 40 something dollars. You only have to sell half of those a day. And if they're really, really cool, then hello, my God, you can't find them anywhere. All right, another thing that you could sell, a Patreon. So always have a link somewhere where people can tip you if you're going to live stream, or they can contribute money to your band. Now, I don't want you to set this up after the fact. I can't tell you how many times I have seen bands and artists and people that I've worked with, singers, songwriters, they have received messages in from people saying, I love your music. How can I help? Oh my God, they didn't have a link. They had nowhere to contribute. They didn't even have a PayPal set up. And here was somebody right there willing to give them $250. Hello? It'll happen. It will. Trust me, you've got to be pre-structured. You've got to have this set up in place. So having a page designated to Patreons, people who want to contribute to your well-being, people who love your music, want to contribute and see you keep going, you should have a page just for that on your website. You should always have links available. Talk about it. Tell people, recognize people who contribute, encourage people to contribute by offering special limited edition things. Maybe it's going to be a private performance on Periscope just for them, where you privacy set it. Maybe you're going to set up a group page that is just for members only, and that's just for your Patreons to enjoy some Q&A time with you every single day, or once a week, or once a month, or when they participate. I don't know, but it can be yours, and it's something everybody should have, is that Patreon. You should have it. Now, PayPal does it really easily. There's a PayPal, you set it up, you have a link, and they can contribute and set in that dollar amount. That's really, really easy to do. You can also set up a page where you have buttons where it says, for $10, you're going to send them this. For $20 contributed, this is what they're going to get. And it's your own version of crowdfunding that you set up on your website. Easily done. You don't even have to go through crowdfund and set a time and date for it. It can just be readily available every time you get that really active fan that just discovered you and is excited to participate. You don't want to wait, because if you say, well, let me take your email and I'll figure something out and we'll talk later, they're going to move on. They're going to give their money and their donation to someone else. You need that at that moment. And it is not a matter of not having the opportunity. It's a matter of capturing the opportunities when they come in. Another thing that I want you to look at is ideally the ways that Busker are set up and live streaming are set up to make money. Now, I have worked with artists who now are bringing in more than $10,000 a month just by live streaming. That's all they're doing. They're writing music and they're live streaming. They do go out and sometimes gig, but honestly, it's just so that they have a really cool background for their next live stream. They're not really making as much money live on the gigs as they are on the live streams, and just making the audience part of that journey. So they'll basically live stream from when they get in the car, while they're setting up for the gig, before the gig, while they're wearing their t-shirts, while they're printing their t-shirts, while they're mailing their t-shirts, while they're mailing their albums, while they're signing. They're just streaming all the time. And every single night or day, they get on at a certain time and have that live stream for that audience available. On their banners on social media, they're notifying everybody of what they're doing so that you can always find them, and you can always, if you're new coming on board, say, oh, they've got a live stream tonight at 9 o'clock. I'm going to tune in. And as those live streams grow, they become viral. Now, the best thing about it is that, like on Periscope, Busker, Facebook, YouTube, all these places, you can have clickable links where people can purchase items you're talking about in the video, or very simply just give them one link to PayPal where they put in the amount that they want. So that way, when you're live streaming, you can say, you know what, today you can buy, my CDs are easy to buy, just, send me a link from PayPal, just send the money, $10 for one, $20 for two, $25 for three. If you want the t-shirt, another $20, just add it up, give it to me at PayPal, and I'll be in touch with you. Then you hire somebody as you get busy to do nothing but check email, because you got to have your email available so that people can send you money on PayPal and so that they can contact you. You can't hide in a hole somewhere. You get out there and you get those email addresses and you encourage people to talk to you in email. So you have somebody then at that point when you've built up consistency and you've already gotten to your first goal to fulfill the orders, to answer all the emails twice a day, and to make sure that when you're in that live stream, they're in there saying, buy so-and-so's album now. The PayPal link is in the bio. Share this Periscope out. Share this live stream with your friends. Please help the artist. All those things need to be happening during those live streams to encourage people to take action. And you need to take breaks during the live streams in the beginning, at the end, during, in the middle of songs, as you take requests, whatever it is you're doing, to tell people about how to donate and how to get items that you physically have right there to send them. Got a new t-shirt design? Well, you're going to live stream it and you're going to wear it on that next night. And you're going to be excited about it on social media, and you're going to talk about designing it, and you're going to show images of it. You're going to show selfies wearing the stuff. You're going to get really genuinely excited about your products. Now, things that influencers have been able to sell and make major money on are jewelry, clothing, music, of course, and pretty much anything tied to your brand. Now, that includes tech items. How do you sell tech items? Well, you either partner up with a company that you like, or you just create Amazon fulfillment links, and you can sign up as an Amazon affiliate. There's lots of YouTube videos on it. You get your own account, you pick out the tech, and you include it in every page, your video, your gear, all that stuff. So that way when people want to see how you're making your videos or what your latest tech toy is that you love, your phone, whatever it is that you use, they can get that too. I especially love microphones because microphones are a great purchase point. Everybody needs them and all artists use them. Your guitar, all your equipment, those can be early endorsements that you use because you're actually using them. And people will seek them out anyway, so why not have them use your affiliate link so that they can contribute back to you, which is where they originally found out. It's not that you're begging for anything, you're actually giving information and you're providing a service, because you as a musician know you're there to entertain, and they as listeners and viewers and supporters are there to give you tips and give you money and help support you, and that's what Patreons do. So don't look at this like your business model is a gift. Your business model is actually based on your talent, which is attracting the people to begin with. So be very clear. If you weren't talented, the people wouldn't be there watching. And if they're there watching, they are open to purchase things from you. You just don't have it available, and not often enough, and you're probably not consistent enough with the way that you're delivering your content and putting it in this distribution route that we have now today. Now, I'm not going to say this is always going to work, because in the beginning it's going to be slow going. You may or may not, depending on where you're starting with your fan base, be able to bring in $10,000 this month. It really depends on the quality of people that follow you and what you have to offer them. If your stuff isn't good and it's not attractive and it's not something you even want to wear, then of course you've got the wrong things. You've got to switch it up and try something different. That's why if you want to test out clothing items, there are tons of these apps online, websites where you can design mugs, design really interesting iPad covers, iPhone covers, design t-shirts, and test out the styles by allowing people to just go and buy them on those stores. You make a little bit less money because you're not buying in bulk and producing, but you can also test out the styles and decide that year which ones you're going to buy in bulk and make more of a profit on, and which ones you're going to discontinue. By telling people that you are discontinuing items and that you change them all the time, it's a really good incentive for people to purchase from you. So when you get into that marketing strategy, people will get to know that when you have a new release, it's better to buy it when you first come out, because those are the ones that are going to get shipped before the product comes down and something new goes up. So there's different ways that you can strategize and be able to offer those incentives to make more money. But I'm going to tell you this, I've seen so many people do it, and they are well making $10,000 a month in the music business. Once again, it works for artists because you guys are talented. So you are promoting on your talent. You're actually creating a business model that lies alongside of the music that you create. Now, some of you will do a killing in vinyl record sales, depending on your genre and the interest of the public at the time. Some of you will make a killing on your album sales if you pre-sell and crowdfund. Some of you guys will just go nuts on the t-shirts and the merchandise, especially if you look really good wearing them. You're going to sell a lot more to that audience. So just keep your eye on the number you want to make and work really hard to get to it. Now, how long should you live stream for? If you're going to live stream and not just do pre-recorded videos, then I would say about 20 minutes or more. Typically, the artists that I see that are streaming for longer periods of time per night draw in the more listeners, they draw in more people per stream, and I see them, the streams getting shared more often. And the reason why, hey there, how are you, is because when you're on a live stream, the longer you're on the stream, the more people can stay with you, come in and out of the broadcast, and share it out with their friends, or maybe share it to their own page just to mark it so that they can go back and listen later. So it does make them more viral. Consistency also has a lot to do with whether that stream is going to be shared, because if a person comes and sees you play, and then they come back because you're that good, and then they come back again, by the third time, that is going to be one of your super fans virally marketing your own live streams for you, and they're going to continue to multiply. The more times you do them, the more time and length that you have, the more that stream is going to be shared out. I have some of my artists right now doing live streams, and each live stream has about 3,500 to 5,000 people in it. I have some that even clear 10,000 people in a live stream. Can you imagine how much product they are absolutely able to move in those times, and doing it consistently, like day and night? Like, they're not even gigging out, they're just doing live streams. They have their whole studio set up where they just entertain people online, and they're doing it through Busker, they're doing it through some second party apps where you can preset the date. They're doing it through hidden groups on Facebook where people, find out about the group from a friend or word of mouth, and they actually pay to get into the group. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but the point is it is happening, and it is being done, and you guys can be part of that. You can be part of that really awesome economy that we have right now in the music business. It's not the traditional way, no, but who hasn't bought a t-shirt when they went to go see a concert? I mean, it's not too far off of what the big leagues actually do. It's just done in a little different way, and you guys have the ability to be more personal, where the big leagues have to put all of their money into marketing and keeping that engine turning at the level they're at. You guys actually can make a killing and so much money profit-wise through social media right now. You have no idea what you have at your fingertips. You're just not there in terms of knowledge, availability, and just the drive and determination. I think that a lot of times musicians have been beaten down so much that they continuously have this little, I need to be a starving artist in order to make it today. And that's just not the way it's happening. It really isn't. This is why labels are becoming obsolete. They're becoming inactive and not really valued, because the better artists are finding out that they can sell direct to consumer. What's better than that? That's awesome, right? It's just amazing. So be part of it. Get into this next, year of sales with us, and definitely follow AVA Live Radio. If you want access to more people online, we certainly are willing to help you. Just go over to avaliveradio.com and submit your music so that we can take a look and we can give you some strategy and help you out, get you in on the show, and become part of our music community so that you can join the ranks of the rest of the amazing artists that we have here in our music community, getting on board with us and finding all this information out first, as well as the trials and the actual artist list that it's happening to, so that they can kind of cue in and find out what's going on. We work behind the scenes with all of our artists at AVA, and we want this family to do really, really well in this next year. We want to bring all the opportunities to you guys. Now that link also available in the comments below is avaliveradio.info/airplay. It's a great place to get started. It's just a web form where you can submit your story and your newest music so we can check it out and start getting to know you. This is Jacqueline Jax for AVA Live Radio. I hope you liked my Make $10,000 in a Month stream. This was kind of a fun one, I have to say. I get really excited about it because I have so many artists that are doing it and I really want to bring it to all of you. I think everybody has something that they do that they can create. Now, like, remember, whatever you have, you could align yourself with an artist and you could sell prints from the album covers, right? You could, I don't know, set up a web store and carry like gemstones and stuff that goes with your folk rock. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is that you have and you do, there's something that you can sell that ties to it. I'll see you guys later. Have a great next month as we finish off this year, and I'll be back again tomorrow.